Well, it's a wet and windy Saturday. There's Molly on her berth, bobbing about a bit. Just a few berths along, another crabber, this one a Mark 124. We always admire that one. You can see it's really not a very nice day today. And Molly's looking especially sorry for herself because she's missing an important bit. She's got no mast on at the moment. So today isn't a good day for sailing, which is just as well really. Look at the wind whistling through the marina. Should be Portsmouth over there. Should be a lovely view of Spinnaker Tower. Can't see it much at all we can see is the boats bobbing about at their berths. Still, we're not going to waste the day. We're off to see Molly's mast being repaired, ready for re-stepping hopefully at the end of this month. Let's go over to Emsworth and see how things are going. So here we are at the workshop of Nick Gates at Emsworth, who's looking at our mast for us. You can see that the rot was at the foot of the mast and he's planed all that off for us in readiness for scarfing a repair on, and meanwhile he's also inspecting the rest of the mast. Now, I spent 2 weeks in the summer putting fresh new sickons on that mast, but it seems like that was not really a great idea. I haven't rubbed it back enough and he's a bit worried about all those dark patches. Do those dark patches mean there might be some rot, or maybe the wood's just fine and it's discoloured? We're not sure, so he's going to have a closer look at that. Now, the mast was enormously heavy, so even heavier than it's supposed to be, and the wood seemed to be quite wet, which is another worrying sign. So the mast is having a really thorough inspection prior to all these repairs being done to it over the coming week or two.
Maybe not as wet as I thought. But across the grain, I think it's supposed to be done in line with the grain. I've had it about 20 years, I can't remember what the instructions are. Yeah, so in theory, that is 11%, but what we will do is just compare it to 22, 18, 17, 16, 18. Well, that's good, because that's pretty much what it said on the other one, didn't it, really? So that's quite good. So, yeah, so this end is wetter, but it is drying off. I think that's pretty much what we have.
Here's a section of an old mast, very much like Molly's. You can see how it's hollow, and at the bottom is solid with a narrow channel down which the wires can be passed out of the foot. And one of the concerns obviously is whether there's rot inside that area, and particularly in that channel there where the cables go through.
All these bits here, you could just see it running up here, and I thought, well, maybe if you had a leak at the top, it was happily working its way down, and this is why it's getting slowed down by the wires, and this is why it was a bit soft here. But you just keep going till it looks about right. And none of that's marked out, that's just all done freehand, and then we'll just sort of fine tune it up. You can see the centre line there because you've got the overlap, so that will be more to come off this face. That'll be dead square. This will probably come up a little bit more, and then we'll glue some nice big wedges on the bottom. But yeah, that I was worried that maybe there was a leak at the top because of all this sort of business, but it's not so. It's all gone now.
Good.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
And then this is your reference mark here, is it? This one?
Yes, that's the really important one that you mustn't remove. So that's 4 foot from that point exactly, actually there where the pencil line is. And so because you'd scarf a new bottom on, you make that a few inches over length, and then you mark it off really carefully, do the final chop, and then strike a radius for half of it. There's a centre line, so it's just a radius to the centre point on the back, and take the corner off. That bit's flat, that bit's radiused, and jobbed. Not particularly sharp, that one, so that's with an 80, and then we'd go over it with a 120 and then a 120 handstand finally. That's how we do it. It's the only way you're going to get that. And so that darkness there, I mean, you can keep going, but you kind of get a feel of the whole job, how deep you can go. I mean, you're probably taking off about 20 thou, 25 thou already. Not a huge amount. That's done every 10 years. You know, you're only losing that much. And I've seen masts which are cool. You know, you get to the fittings and they go out of the fittings and they're 60 years old, 80 years old. They've lost that much, and now they're really lightweight and really fast and thin.
So Molly needs a new masthead light. You can see this corrosion there. There's actually water inside the fitting, so we need to make sure that gets sorted as well while this work's being done. Molly's mast is not on its own. Hers is on the left of the frame right now. In the centre of the frame you can see there is a Cape Cutter mast being repaired, and then on the right is a Crabber 22 mast. Thanks again to Nick for turning out on a really horrible Saturday morning, and we look forward to our fully refurbished mast.